Hey, it's level 1 slime right back at ya. Let's continue, shall we? Yes. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As clear as curical glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. Add one, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Hey, baby. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative, the newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Ido. Ido? Ido? Let's call him Ido. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Oh. Ido, Tian-shun. Your father is about to quail the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. He got that haircut too. A little tiny mohawk. Witness testimony. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out. These tests. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. They're all looking away. What?
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. We're here to listen to mine. Page 1. Ugh. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel?
Oh, he ate his steak, the good man. Indeed. Of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
Hold on a minute.
Let's take a look at this photo. Okay, well, hold on, wait. That's not Eden. Okay, I can't tell. But if it's a whole steak, that means that steak is not the same one. Yes. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen on the victim's table. I don't understand. Me neither. Let's look at that. Okay, so it is kind of hard to tell. Let's see, there's a knife and a fork. Oh, look at that. The table isn't... I mean, the chair is the same. Flap. Ah, darn it. These angles are just killing me. Okay. Oh, geez, man. Oh, maybe it's the same. Alright. Dang it. It's the same thing. Fudge. Okay. I thought I was clever. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times. As we all know, the ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsuchi Auchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor.
Ooh. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Oh. Doki doki. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood?
Rules can be so unbending at times.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Auchi.
Cross-examination.
The true culprit. Let's see. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise motive of the firearm's discharge, it's almost the same thing. Let's press everything, because I don't know what I'm doing. No. It's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you? I can't tell behind those glasses.
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. So there you have it.
Have what? Attention! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman.
I think that says it all, don't you?
Ugh.
And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in this most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korakuda-san?
I mean, he was under the table, wasn't he? Oh.
Yes, pointing
his gun at the foreign man. He was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Does that mean that he wants me to... Let's present and see what we got. No. You know what? This sounds like something I'm present for as well. Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at the point in time. But I've told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as a culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
I just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed the gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up, like any normal person would do. And at exactly that moment, bang, a gunshot rang in my ears.
Full evidence beyond our control, life is.
Sorry? What do you mean?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament.
Oh gosh, it's his knife again.
Whereas, conversely, I failed to pick up the koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, I did see you with pistol in hand standing over the foreigner.
Okay. I don't know if we'll keep going. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed we were the only personnel present. Let's see what else they got.
Indeed, all alone he was the Englishman dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have... Okay, let's press this, because the other two sound like they're just both saying that nobody's there. Why aren't you telling the truth? What? What did you say, cadet?
I clearly remember.
A woman. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to fail to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right.
Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
But
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof.
Proof that she was there.
And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing I can say to that. Kazuma. What do you think, Ryunosuke? What's the matter? I can't find anything. I can't find a clear discrepancy anywhere. I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No. Oh. No. What kind of no is that? Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. You can't expect witness statements to be full of holes every time. Yeah. So just take your time and try to tease more information out of them first. What do you mean? You know how to tease. You could choose to either press or present against each of the witnesses' statements. If a witness is saying something you're suspicious about, press him on it with Q, the Q button. With a little luck, you may get more details, which could prove to be crucial. Right, I see. So I should have just pressed them both. Foolish am I. The important thing is, there's no sense in holding back. So let it all out. If anything even slightly jars with you, press the witness on it and press them hard. Alright, got it. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. Yeah. The professor wasn't alone in the restaurant, I'm sure of it. And one way or another, this cross-examination is going to prove I'm right. It's time to press them for all they're worth. My fate to blah blah blah. Forget it. Okay, pressing them on the last statements. Blah 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 blah. Okay, press. Should have just did that. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
If only there'd been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course that place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly? Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hold a clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th of November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So, the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple.
I see.
The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on this case.
I wonder, what do you think, Ryunosuke? Huh? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Yes. Give it to me. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
Because you told me to.
The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Whether or not they're of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
Did his mouth just twitch? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for a submission of evidence. For the submission. Very well, the court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
Get with the times, old man. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record.
The victim's report card has been added to the court record.
Medical report card from Hada Clinic that was found in the victim's pocket. Let's look at that. What we need right now is new clues. Let's take a look at it. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. I agree.
Yeah, I want to touch it. Nope, I can't. Okay.
Right. I hear you.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you.
Okay.
Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korikuta-san. Indeed, alone he was the Englishman dining all by himself.
Okay, let's press that too. So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in.
Forgive me? Is he being bribed or something? Bribed with that golden coin?
So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. Incontestable? Jeez. As can clearly be seen, there's only a single beefsteak on the victim's table, a meal for one.
No. Yes. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not possible that they're all lying. Maybe you are. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Maybe the court doesn't want them to. Interesting. Therefore, no one other than blah 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 to explain over and out. Okay, so I have his medical. Oh, shoot. Excellent work, Rinosuke. We have gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. Heheheh. Mudada. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, the one I couldn't open earlier? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. I tried to, but the game wouldn't let me. How exactly? Let me read it for you. I know you don't know how. You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Okay. Press space button and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use up, left, down, right buttons. Okay. Oh, and I can do that with a card too, I bet. Just not giving me all the tools to the trade, I see. To rotate the evidence in all directions, examine it from all angles. And examine it by using WASD keys. Ooh, wow. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, oh, press space to investigate further. Okay, I guess that's helping me. Interesting. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Well, I guess Naruhodo is, or Ryunosuke is learning, so I guess that's a good way for us to learn too. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use the up, down, left, right, WASD, and space to inspect any areas of the evidence that look suspicious. Let's try it. Okay. Medical report card required for every visit. Named Dr. John Wilson Hata Clinic. Okay. Dentist Hata Clinic, date blank. So I guess that's information that's important. Okay. I can't. Oh, I can. Oopsie. Whoops. So can I open this thing? I won't use my mouse again, sorry. Yeah, controls. Okay, I'm gonna open it. Ooh. Let's just read. Oh, wow, okay. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. You say that so casually. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so, just before the incident. He had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe that there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Haha. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Oh, really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Hint, hint. Person watching, level 1 slime. The medical report card's information has been updated. There you go. So he can't drink or eat. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Thanks for the TED Talk. Okay. Even though the precedent, it's almost the same thing. I'm just trying to guess. Let's see. Furthermore, a visual search premise at the time confirmed that was only one. Visuals, that might be it. Indeed, he was alone, dining all by himself. Oh, that's the one. Right? Yes. Okay, let's go back. If I'm wrong, I'm going to eat my hat. Bam. Oh. Okay, bam. Let's have a... Wait. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Please, wait. No, I thought I did a thing. I pressed the wrong button, I suppose. Back. Oh, I have to present it. Foolish me. Present. Gotta press the R button. Well, I think, about what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer. Oh, did I mess up? I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke, everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in the cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. I'm sorry, I messed up. That's not the right one. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, thanks for the advice. Oh, did I get it right? Oh, I did. Wait. I thought I was wrong. It's canon. Korokuda-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my word so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But, let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
Actually, sir. But that's, remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Exactly. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who...
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
Oh? What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Oh. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat? So what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't.
Korakuda-san.
What, boy? What?
As you just heard, when he was killed, sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No.
Yes. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. Oh, he slammed that table. There you go. But that cannot possibly be the case. Grr. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthesia. Expertly done, partner. Yes, I'm feeling it.
What is this nonsense, you little upstart?
Ah, the music.
These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? Ooh.
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Oh, no. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Huh? Oh, yes, most definitely. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Yes. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beef steak? Bam! The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to the question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been me, an as yet unknown third party. Obviously, it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
You will not let this go, will you? There is no such person.
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet, we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on this table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma?
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have issue with them, those two witnesses in the stand.
What?
What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it turns now out that the two of you deliberately lied when you were giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Oh, interesting. In the old Ace Attorney games, nobody was charged with perjury. They could just lie as much as they want so that you could continue the game and keep catching them in their lies. So they're kind of calling it out now. I wonder where they're going with this. Perjury? Because then nobody would lie and they'd be telling the truth, or, you know, interesting. We'll see. And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Oh my. Complicit in murder? No. Wow, they're breaking out some big boy stuff. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. What tactical meeting? I was just following orders. Yep, it's all coming out now.
That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they were told us.
Yep. They're working. Someone's making them.
Oh.
What? What did you just say, Korakuda-san?
No.
You were just following orders.
No, hold on, lad. I was,
Say you never saw the gentlewoman. Gah. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas?
What?
Ooh.
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? But how? Is this true, you pair?
Oh, I guess he believed in them. He's not in on it. Dang, look at him quivering. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Okay. Order. Counsel, explain what's going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Yeah, I don't believe he does. Okay. Then who's behind this? Who tried to keep your mouth shut?
What? Well,
oh gosh, are they gonna be assassinated? That's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? Ooh. Baby pulling on his mustache. You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Rinosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn assassins by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Auchi had any idea about it. Yeah, he's old school, but he's not a bad guy, I suppose. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. The government? The government? The government? Oh. It could have only been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Okay, the military or the government. Could be the government. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence the witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So, we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Has to be the government, because they're trying to make a treaty with Great Britain, innit? Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever did it really wields a power here. Let's do court records. I think we have that. I guess not. Hold on. I want to see if I can turn this around, actually. Now that I know. Oh my gosh. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonoga. Hosonoga-san. Wait, Hosonoga's a police officer? What? No. Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? This is what I wanted to see. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonoga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. Hosonoga, what? It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonoga. Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, police have a lot of power and influence. If they're willing it somehow here. Oh my gosh. Hosonoga is a police officer. That's why he... Oh, jeez. Okay. Wow. But how? How can we possibly... I'm glad I checked that. Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh, yes, that's right. Oh. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence that we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. Oh, I just did it. Right before they said to do it, I just thought of it. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait. Your Excellency. I have no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto God. I knew nothing.
And what does the defense have to say about all this? I said it was the freaking government or the military, but it looks like maybe it's the police? Wow. Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes to my mind. Hosonoga, 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 Hosonoga. Please, please, please? Beside the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witness is... gonna be... on the next episode, because this episode's becoming too long. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry to leave it on a cliffhanger, but it's getting a little too long. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you for watching.